Hey everyone, welcome back to China Decoded. I'm Andy Borham. Today I'm going to share a chapter from my new book, The Wu Mao Handbook, 20 Anti-China Lies Debunked, which was released recently and actually became an international bestseller on Amazon. Thank you guys so much for your support. Now we'll take a look at lie number 1. Taiwan is a country. Now this is a big one in anti-China circles, but is it true? Oh, before I spell it out, check out this map of China. Now, which number correlates to the island of Taiwan? I'll tell you the answer right after this. Okay, so what was your answer? On this map of China, which number represents the island of Taiwan? If you chose number 5, you're wrong. That's Hainan Island. The correct answer is number 8. Let me know down below if you got it right. So, is Taiwan a country? Well, first let's find out the reality and then I'll explain in detail. The topic trips up a lot of people, even China lovers, so you'll need to pay close attention. Let's go. Taiwan is part of China, regardless of which side of the Taiwan Strait you support. The governments of both sides refer to themselves as China officially, and both claim to be the legitimate government of all of China, which includes the Chinese mainland and Taiwan. First, it's important to explain how each side of the Taiwan Strait will be referred to in this video. Now, in Western media reports, the island of Taiwan is simply referred to as Taiwan, implying that it's a separate entity in and of itself. The same approach is taken by media and political entities on the island, who also insist on referring to themselves in English as Taiwan. Now, at the same time, and to create a clear contrast, the People's Republic of China is referred to in the same media simply as China. The issue thus becomes black and white, China versus Taiwan. But that is not accurate and is used as a way of simplifying a much more detailed and nuanced situation for mass consumption. The government based in Beijing represents the People's Republic of China, the PRC, and the administration based in Taipei in Taiwan Island represents itself as the Republic of China, ROC. Now, for clarity's sake, they will be referred to in this video as Beijing and Taipei, respectively. Taiwan Island, as a geographical location, will be referred to as Taiwan. Now, Taipei claims all of China, not just Taiwan. This is an important fact that many people don't know. Taipei isn't just seeking to be left alone to run a happy little sovereign island country called Taiwan. Oh no. On the contrary, its constitution claims all of China, including the mainland, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, and parts of the South China Sea, as its territory. Now, notably, this reflects a core historical point of agreement between Beijing and Taipei that China is one country. Taiwan separatists, by rejecting this claim, oppose not only the PRC constitution, but also the laws of the Republic of China. Taipei's claim to govern all of China follows a long-standing tradition in Chinese history, where rival regimes each assert authority over the entire country. Now, this position is best understood in the context of the early 1950s, when neither side expected the separation to last decades. One China. Now, despite the constitutions of the People's Republic of China and the Republic of China, both claiming to govern all of China, the world has agreed unanimously that there can be and is only one China. That'll be the One China principle you would have heard about. The One China principle requires that countries around the world agree that there is just one China. Beijing's One China principle basically states, there is only one China, Beijing is the legitimate government of all of China, and Taiwan is part of China. To date, only 12 states, including Vatican City, agree that the Republic of China, not a country called Taiwan, is the legitimate government of all of China, while the vast majority, 183 countries, recognize only the government in Beijing. Now, those 12 states who have diplomatic ties with Taipei officially support the Republic of China. It's impossible to recognize Taiwan as an independent country when even the ROC itself doesn't recognize Taiwan as an independent country. The 183 countries that support Beijing include the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, France, Japan, Israel, and many other states on the planet. So chances are any troll you encounter who claims that Taiwan is not part of the PRC will come from a country that does not agree. China and international law. The United Nations recognizes the government in Beijing as the legitimate government of all of China and has done so since 1971. At its 26th session in October 1971, the United Nations General Assembly voted to accept Resolution 2758 to restore Beijing as the legitimate representatives of China to the United Nations, and to expel the government from Taipei, from the place which they unlawfully occupy at the United Nations and all organizations related to it. In May 1972, the status of Taiwan was addressed specifically when the Office of Legal Affairs of the UN Secretariat stated, "The United Nations considers Taiwan as a province of China with no separate status," and added that the authorities in Taipei are not considered to enjoy any form of government status. Today, the United Nations officially refers to Taiwan as Taiwan, Province of China. So how did we end up here? How did we end up with two governments claiming at the same time to be the only legitimate government of all of China? Well, it all stems from China's civil war, which was fought on and off between August 1st, 1927 and December 7th, 1949, although technically it's never ended. During the Civil War, the Chinese mainland was still considered the Republic of China, the administration of whom is now based in Taipei, who were being challenged by the Communist Party of China, the CPC. Ultimately, the CPC gained control of the Chinese mainland and declared victory, while the final remnants of the Kuomintang, the KMT, seized vast amounts of the Chinese people's wealth and fled to Taiwan Island, where they continued to operate as the Republic of China. On October 1st, 1949, Chairman Mao Zedong officially established the People's Republic of China, meaning there were now two governments claiming to be the real representatives of China. For 2 decades after that, Taipei enjoyed support around the world, but that began to change in the 1970s when governments started to switch their allegiance to Beijing. Now, it would be fair to argue that the administration in Taipei is a rogue one, refusing to step down after clear defeat. They've been left to manage Taiwan since then under what both sides now refer to as the status quo. Political posturing and US interference. From 1949 onwards, both the Communist Party of China and the Kuomintang agreed that the Taiwan issue was a civil conflict within one China. Over time, the US quietly encouraged separatist voices in Taiwan to weaken the KMT and make reunification politically harder. After martial law ended in 1987, those separatists gained influence, forming a powerful bloc within the opposition Democratic Progressive Party, the DPP, which later held power from the year 2000 to 2008, and again from 2016 until today. Instead of openly calling for the declaration of independence and abolition of the ROC, they began claiming that Taiwan is already an independent country called the Republic of China. This rhetorical move lets them avoid a formal legal break, while promoting the idea that Taiwan and the mainland are separate countries, even though they've never amended the ROC constitution to make that official. So, the big question, has Taiwan always been part of China? Yes, Taiwan has been part of China for thousands of years. One of the earliest texts to prove that was found in the Seaboard Geographic Gazetteer, which was compiled more than 1500 years ago in the year 230 by Shen Ying of the state of Wu during the Three Kingdoms period from 220 to 280 CE. The royal court of the Sui dynasty sent troops to the island, which was then called Liuqiu, 3 times. Since the Song and Yuan dynasties, China's imperial central governments have had bodies to exercise jurisdiction over Taiwan. Dutch colonialists took over the southern part of the island from 1624 to 1662, when they were finally expelled by General Zheng Chenggong. In 1684, Taiwan became part of the Taiwan Prefecture under the jurisdiction of nearby Fujian province on the mainland. And finally, in 1885, Taiwan officially became the 20th province of China. So here's some extra facts for you guys. Though the KMT has not pursued its claim over all of China since the 1990s, and the DPP rejects it, removing it from law would be controversial even for Beijing and would suggest two Chinas or separatism without reunification. The current territorial claim reflects a point of unity between Beijing and Taipei, that China is one country. The DPP's rejection is seen as rejecting China itself. Only 0.48% of the world's population live in states that recognize Taipei as the legitimate government of all of China. The vast majority of the world, approximately 8.16 billion people, live in countries that recognize Beijing. Taipei currently administers an area spanning 36,000 square kilometers, while claiming to be the legitimate government of around 9.6 million square kilometers of territory. If the ROC constitution had its way, Taipei's governed territory would increase by a staggering 26,500%. Taiwan is officially a province of China, not only according to the Constitution of the People's Republic of China, but also the Constitution of the Republic of China. So there you have it, you guys, the lie that Taiwan is a country thoroughly debunked. This was a chapter from my new book, The Wu Mao Handbook, Volume 1, 20 Anti-China Lies Debunked. If you enjoyed this content, consider buying a copy yourself. Just head over to your local Amazon site and search for The Wu Mao Handbook. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.